Happy hump day to the Box State, the community. What y'all think about the new hat, City of Denver? What y'all think right there, man? I kind of dig it. Starting to see a lot of different designs and hats like out here at these gas stations. I'm kind of feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I had to put it in a collection. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's blessed. Yeah. Big Robert, what's up with it, brother? Mall High salute. No fly zone. No fly zone. What's up with it, Big Robs? My Raider brother. What's good with you, fam? Mall High salute. Um, Let me shut this door because I'm probably gonna get a little passionate. A little passion for blasting. Man. Crashing. We crashing out. So I've been seeing a lot of what would I call this? Excitement going around with Broncos country, right? And it's a good feel. I ain't even gonna lie. It's all good. I will be at the game when we play. Hope to see you. Let's go, man. Yeah, I'll probably go over there tailgate, my homie. You know, um, yeah, we gonna definitely have to link when I'm up there. You know, it's gonna be a good game, homie. Shout out to you. You know, Mile High salute. So I've been seeing a lot of excitement with the squad, bro. A lot of fans pretty excited, and it's an exciting off season, man. We made a lot of strides with this Broncos team and key players galore, bro. When you think about how exciting this defense could be with Broncos country, um, it just kind of gets you stoked up for the season coming up, you know. Um, I really love the process that's been taking place over the last couple years with Sean Payton, kind of just making decisions to better Broncos country as a whole team and a franchise, get back to winning culture. Because for the longest time, that was the biggest problem. Is it didn't even have nothing to do with the players or nothing, bro. It has something to do with the mindset and the culture that Broncos country actually fell down to. Losing culture, bro. After Peyton Manning, that was the mindset a lot of times in these players, to be honest. And even if you had talent, they just didn't believe, homie. What was the reasoning why they didn't believe? Is because they didn't really have good person running the show. There was not leadership on this squad from the coaches. And why would you actually put your confidence in the coaches that we had? There was nothing about them coaches that gave you that jolt that they were going to take stuff over the edge and to the next level. You look at the coaches we had, bro. Hackett, like, he had a good energy, but he just didn't have that pedigree. There's no resume behind Hackett's name. Vance Joseph as a coach, no resume behind his name. You know, and it was just like every offseason there was a fire, but when you looked at it, there were so many holes in the Broncos team that fire would actually be eliminated. It was like the fire would go out immediately, and it's just because when you don't got a grown man running the show and a person that really got the skill set to run the show as a coach, you ain't gonna get the results. It doesn't matter how much talent you have on the team. And I say this all the time, bro. Every year since the Peyton Manning era, I would go into the offseason with no expectations. To be totally real with all you guys, there might be something that you be like, bro, we might be able to get something going. But then you look at the whole team as a whole, and you're like, damn, bro, we have linebacker hole, we got wide receiver hole. Like, we don't really have, a whole confidence on going in and competing with top tier teams. Now this year, it's a little different. It's a little different because you have a foundation, not just on the offense side of the ball. You have a foundation with the defense, and we all know if you have a lockdown defense, even if you don't have a star at quarterback and you can put points on the board, you can win games. We all know that defense will keep you in games. Now, the balance of the offense side of the ball, we just didn't have, homie. Like just to break it down, you could look at it and say, the quarterbacks and this, bro. We didn't have the balance of the offense. And what you have now is actually you have balance. Because you could say what you want about Bo Nix. He can drive you down the field in clutch times and play head to head with any quarterback, I feel. To be honest, Bo Nix is just that guy. Bo Nix can go down the field in 2-minute sessions, 1-minute session, bro, and get you points. And that's why it's just a fantastic feel to go into this season, because you got him wide receivers now, you got him tight ends now, you got him running backs now, you got a good offensive line, and then you got a defense that just is top 5, and they just added pieces. So as a Bronco fan, me watching this team, I feel at this point we don't really have holes on this team like that. Now, you could say the wide receivers, there was not a top 10 wide receiver, but when you look at what the Broncos did without having a wide receiver core and them being ranked like last in the NFL, like up there, they produced at times. Some of these wide receivers produced last year. Yeah, there was not a star that just took you over the edge, but there was times when you seen these wide receivers and what they could be in the future, and you build off of that. And now you got a quarterback that feels confident with what he had. We don't have to have a whole cast of wide receivers that are stars, bro. We don't. If you have wide receivers that produce and they can give you the best, and Bo Nix brings out the best in his wide receivers, you have a formula for winning, especially with this defense, because they're going to get the ball back to you all the time. Like, this defense is just that good. They're going to continuously give you the ball back. One thing about the blowouts last year that the Broncos received is that the defense would play in the first half, second half, and there wouldn't be, in them games, there wouldn't really be the balance of the offense. And that's kind of why we started getting blown out, because the defense would get tired, and over a game time frame, you can't leave the defense on the field that long. But even in the Buffalo game in the playoffs, the defense, for the most part of the first half, played their lights out and gave the ball back to the offense, and Bo Nix in that second half really didn't do anything. The defense got tired out. Now, I bring it to this, bro, and talk about this with Broncos Country, right? What's the real expectations? Because we have, like, every fan base, and I don't want to be that fan that just is over stoked and starts talking like ludicrous, a dynasty. Like, I seen content creators start talking about dynasty. Let's not talk about that shit, bro. Like, because the thing about it is, bro, we have to win a playoff game. That's the first order of protocol as a team. You need to go to the playoffs again, consistent playoffs, and you need to win a playoff game. Let's not look past what this season is. Expectations, bro, playoff game, staying healthy, winning multiple games against division opponents, right? And having a winning record, bro. But the protocol, I feel like we need to stay consistent, is now going back to the playoffs. That's the real expectations. Super Bowl sounds cool. Like, I'm going to be 100 with you. Like, people are starting to say Super Bowl contenders and this. Bro, listen to me. Let the process happen, homie. Super Bowl would be topping on the cake, but, like, I'm going to be real with you, homie. We have to see if we can consistently win in the NFL. And we have something that is backing us into a corner. You got sophomore, and that sophomore slump could be real, which I don't think it will. I don't think that the sophomore slump is coming, but it can be real. You know, we've seen it a lot with a lot of quarterbacks. CJ Stroud, he had a sophomore slump. I see it with many quarterbacks out there, bro. Like, you know, it can be real, but I think what the Broncos have built, they're not going to have that problem of a sophomore slump. Sean Payton has built this team, and he's built it. See, and that's the beautiful thing is He's built it off of his decisions, nobody else's decisions. No matter how many people try to crucify Sean Payton, he didn't care about what people were talking about. He just made decisions as a big boy. He put on his big boy pants and he said, I don't care what you guys are talking about. You're not more smart than me when it comes to building a Super Bowl caliber team. And his decisions at times were questionable, but he showed everybody, you, me, haters, the Broncos fan base, everybody that doubted this dude. If you like close out the noise and you just go to the program, you're gonna be successful. And he's been successful, bro. Like, that's one thing about Sean Payton. I believe in everything he's doing because he hasn't showed anything else but success since he came to this franchise. He's turned it around. And no other coach I actually see could have done that. Sean Payton's a mastermind, people. And you know what? What's the chip on his shoulder is that people were telling this dude that he was not going to be successful. He was overrated. He was washed. You can't tell a man like that has that much determination and motivation. You just gave him fire to play with because you're telling him and he can't. You're telling a man like that showed you multiple times and still there's people still doubting. You gave that fool some fire to play with, bro. And for the haters of the Broncos, you're going to have to deal with this because this fool got a quarterback that he believes in. And Bo Nix ain't going nowhere. Bo Nix ain't going nowhere. And I could sense in the kingdom, I hear Chief fans right now, bro. They don't like the sound of people saying that the Broncos actually could dethrone the Chiefs. Chief fans are very triggered by this. They're look at who's that fool? Who's old boy that does the takes? He's so pissed, bro, that they're saying that the Broncos can dethrone the Chiefs, but it's the truth. It's the reality that's coming and unfolding clearly in front of the public of the NFL, bro. What's going on? As an outsider, I feel the Broncos are up the corner. Their D is no joke. Nah, and that's what I like. Besides the offense, my homie, still 58. To be 100% truthful, we have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense. And they were top 5 last year, bro. And the holes that they had, bro, they fixed. Now, if we stay healthy and like everybody says stay healthy, but that's what comes with the football game, bro. There's so many players that get injured. That comes with the territory of football. So we're gonna speak it into existence as Broncos country, and we're gonna say a healthy, loaded defense. It's gonna be nightmares. I'm talking nightmares for offenses, opposing offenses, bro. You're gonna have to throw on, a secondary that just put a key player from the draft on the other side of Surtain. Like, bro, this dude has the potential to be another Surtain on that other side of the field. And now you just load it, bro. Defensive line is loaded. The linebacker, but bring in these key players from other squads that if they're good and they're healthy, they're the best at their position. What up, Jordan? And you gave Bo Nix that to hold him up. Like, what people I think don't understand is Bo Nix can count on his defense a lot. You don't have to worry about just getting blown out or playing from behind because this defense is going to be tremendously good, bro. And to me, that's what I want. Before an aspect of an offense, I think you have to build a defense and then start building your offense. And that's exactly what Sean Payton did. And now he got an offense in a smart-ass quarterback that this is the crazy. Like, if you watch the games of Bo Nix, I know they have this thing that says check down, right? But when you see that fool in stride just bomb it down the field to Mims, homie, there's been players in that first play of the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, and he just bombs it down the field. You know the dude got an arm. And now they're saying Franklin has gained mass and he's fast and he got the confidence. You got speed all across the board with Mims and Franklin, bro. Evan Ingram, tight end, third down machine. How you gonna stop that? That was one knock on us. We didn't have a third down threat. We didn't have a third down tight end that actually could spread the field on third down. Bo Nix didn't have that. That was absolutely ghost. And that was what was killing us. And you gave Bo Nix a comfort blanket on third down, extend chains all year long, bro. And what I'm hearing, and this is what, like, you got, I don't know if you pay attention, what I'm hearing is that Bo Nix, the confidence is just ridiculous. He's having fun playing football. It's not, he said last year it was a nervous feel in this time frame, but now he's just having fun. Like, it slowed down so much for him, and that's scary, bro. That's scary, because if it was a nerve thing last year and he played as well as he did, and now it's slowed down tremendously for Bo Nix, that's a force to be reckoned with. And haters can say whatever they want, but the truth is, and this is the funny part, and this is the real shit, is all the knocks on him being older coming out the draft is that all that experience in the college years has developed into him being ready for the NFL. Developed better than every other draft pick, honestly. You know, and it's showing tremendously. So expectations we have to kind of just damper down on expectations, because before you can be a dynasty, bro, Broncos country and my fellow Bronco fans, before you can be a dynasty, you have to consistently win, right? So we have to consistently win. That's my expectation. Consistently win. Have a winning record this year. Don't, like, yes, expectation should be we should be going for the Chiefs head for the division, which I think is a possibility, bro. I think somebody can knock off the Chiefs for the division. And Broncos country got the formula. We got the formula. We have this. We have all around a Broncos football team that really ain't no hoes. You know, you could say people will try to argue there's hoes, but there's not really no hoes, bro. When you look at this Broncos football team, the running back position was a hole, bro, but you gave us J.K. Dobbins, bro. And when he's healthy, this fool's a carver. Plus, R.J. Harvey, bro, two-headed monster, not forgetting, you know what I'm saying, the other running backs that we already have, bro. You can just literally just spread the aspect with the run game, homie. And that takes a lot off of just Bo Nix having to throw the ball all the time, too. So it would be nice to actually headhunt the Chiefs for the division, which there's a possibility, but let's get back in this playoffs, bro, and win a playoff game. I said this, and I told this to everybody. I'm predicting the Broncos in the first 4 years of Bo Nix's career. This will be the second, but the first 4 years, and I've been right when I predict this type stuff, they're going back to the Super Bowl in the first 4 years of Bo Nix's career. This is the start. Last year was, let's see what we have, and this is actually the start of the Super Bowl run. You know, now if it happens before 3 years, 2 years, I wouldn't be surprised, because we have the formula to actually win. But I'm saying in the first 4 years of Bo Nix's career, the Broncos will be back in the Super Bowl. I said it with Peyton Manning. I said it with the teams with John Elway when they got Terrell Davis and they got Neil Smith and all that. Broncos country's heading back to the Super Bowl in the first 4 years. You know, hope y'all good, man. All high salute to everybody. I think the AFC teams all drafted real good. Hell yeah, everybody souped up. And it's going to be the AFC West, all reality, all the way around. The AFC West, bro, it's going to be loaded games. So you ain't going to want to miss the AFC West games. It's going to be extremely war-filled, bro, because everybody has something to play for, right? Everybody feels like their teams are just ready to compete. And it's going to be all-out war when we play for this division and we go to war in games like the AFC West. Nah, because it was just, you know, the reason why, like, Ben, to be 100, the reason why is because nobody believed it was going to happen so fast. So now everybody doubted Sean Payton and saying he was washed up, and the Broncos should have never got him as coach. Now it's happening at a fast rate in the NFL, and a lot of people that just don't like the Broncos, because let's be real, there's a bias in the NFL towards the Broncos. Everybody that hated on the Broncos and the decisions, and everybody that kicked the Broncos when they were down, don't forget all the haters, bro. And even some Bronco fans, you guys kicked us when we were down. You kicked my coach. You kicked the draft picks. You kicked my team when it was down, the players, the fans. As fans, we took a lot of fucking, a lot of humiliation, bro. A lot of just butt of jokes and division rivals coming out, Broncos country and the fans, and man, and then Bronco fans that just don't have no heart started making content about the Broncos, how bad they are, and they were kicking us when we were down too. And now everything's turning around, and the NFL is like, damn, bro, is this really true? And now you're starting to see people panic, homie. That's the fun part, is when I see people start sweating. When they're over there like, damn, bro, this is really coming true. Division foes are sweating like, Kansas City Chief fans are sweating like Broncos country really is the real deal. And there's nothing you could really do about it. There's nothing that people could really do about it, because the Broncos team is the truth. This defense is the truth. Bo Nix is the truth. And me, as a person that been on YouTube taking a lot of the domino effect, because I represent the Broncos so hard, all I can do is smile. From ear to ear, all I'm doing is smiling, because everything is just, it's being unfolded, man, at a perfect rate. And people really there's not really a lot of negativity coming towards the Broncos right now. A lot of people that used to hate, look at the channels that used to hate on the Broncos. They all disappeared. Where's Mile High View and Mile High Bubble and all these channels that used to hate on the Broncos? Where are these dudes? They just went under a rock and disappeared. All the trolls from last year, they don't come out no more. All the Kansas City Chief trolls after the Super Bowl, they disappeared. I don't see them no more. I don't see the hate that we used to always get on this channel anytime we talked about the Broncos. I don't see you guys no more. I need you guys to come talk to me. Don't make me send the SOS out. And the fact of the matter, it's only starting, bro. This Bronco era is only starting. And you got people, and the Broncos haven't really even did anything, but you got people running. You got people hiding. You got people ghost. They don't want to talk about what the Broncos are doing. They don't want to talk about the whole dramatic direction the Broncos have taken, because they can't handle that, bro. You know why? 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 Because this is the fact, homie. Since the 80s, right? Since the 90s, the 80s and 90s, right? The Broncos have run the show. They showed you since the era of the 80s and 90s what it was to be a back-to-back super champion. We set the trend for the AFC West. All these other franchises in the AFC West, bro, they were booty, bro. Booty cheeks. Every single one of them. Raiders, Chargers, and Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry to say it. Who was the team competing for playoffs and Super Bowls, winning championships, winning AFC championships? It was Broncos country. 90s, early 2000s, 2015, all that era. And you could say, there was some years, but at the same time, we were still going to the playoffs, competing for AFC championships, winning the division. And everybody else in the division, they were absolutely nowhere. Nowhere. You can amp up your teams all you want, AFC West, but Raiders fans, and I got a lot of Raider homies, you absolutely nowhere. And you, to this day, you absolutely just nowhere. You're not a pillar of what winning is. 80s, yeah, you guys did your things, but until up to the day, you haven't won a division since the early 2000s. You haven't won a Super Bowl since the 80s. You haven't even made a playoff or won a playoff game since the last time you went to the Super Bowl. So, like, when we look at that franchise, we don't ever expect anything good for them. We don't. Because they never showed us anything. Why believe in that shit? We don't have to believe in it. That's the truth. Raiders, my Raider homies, some of the Raider homies, man. Shout out to you guys. Mile high salute. But we'll never believe in that shit. As a real Bronco and a Raider hater, I'll never believe. It doesn't matter what player you get. I'll never believe in that shit. You can never tell me you're going to be good enough to actually win a playoff game. Sorry. To the Charger fans. Overhyped Chargers all the time, bro. Never won a Super Bowl in their life. They got Justin Herbert, and they can't even win a playoff game. I think Bo Nix and Justin Herbert got the same amount of non-playoff games, and he's been in the league, and he's a generational player, and they still can't even win a playoff game. That is pathetic. They had Phillip Rivers and never won a championship. That is pathetic. Had to move cities. Pathetic. And we supposed to believe that team is going to really win the division. You got Kansas City Chiefs ahead of you, right? There's no way that Justin Herbert ever wins a ring that Patrick Mahomes is in the division. Sorry, it hasn't happened yet, and it won't never happen. And as this Bronco fan tells you, it's just going to be the same old shit. And now you let a real Carver, a real quarterback in this division, Broncos country. Now you definitely don't have an option to win a Super Bowl. Sorry, Chargers. That run is done. There's no more even hope. You guys need to trade Justin Herbert, man. You're tricking off that fool's talent. Let him go to a team that can compete, because ain't nobody, I don't believe in the Chargers whatsoever. They never showed me anything, and that's just what I got to say about that. And to the Chiefs, I'll give it to you. In your whole existence, this little bit right here, you change stuff around. But this is like, I always say that if it's like this much room, you only amounted to anything in this little time frame of being an NFL franchise. You had all this time, 50 plus years of being NFL trash, bro. And in this amount of time, this is a spectrum of your history. It's like this little. You got something done. And you had a reign. So shout out to you. But also, everything that's great always comes to an end, right? And you got to deal with the aspect of a new sheriff in this motherfucker, bro. Chief fans, bro. You got a lot of questions and a lot of things you got to show the NFL world, bro, after that shellacking you took in the Super Bowl. You got crushed in the Super Bowl. You got demolished in the Super Bowl. It wasn't just a win, bro. You got blown out. That bat got blown out, bro. And you're coming off of that shit. And now you got way more talent in the division. So I think that reign is actually over. Now, I'm not going to say that they're going to fall off dramatically off the edge and it's all the way over. But you let this talent and you let Broncos country, a hungry, chipped off team, they're very much hearing everything that's been over these years, bro. And it's time, homie. It's time to flip this whole thing and take back what's ours, because this division, homie, has always been ours. We're the top. We're the AFC West Kings. And mark my words, it's coming toward a field towards you, and there's nothing that people could really do. And if NFL will keep Chiefs relevant even after Patrick Mahomes. I don't know about that, Ben. I don't know about that, Ben, because it's never been in their DNA. So, yeah, they got the poster child. That's why they keep them relevant. But who the hell gives a fuck about a Chief? Nobody's ever gave a fuck about. And if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, nobody still would have gave a fuck about a Chief. And I believe after Patrick Mahomes, that franchise, just nobody's going to care about that franchise. It's only because of Patrick Mahomes. They're not in a big enough market for people to care about. They're not one of them teams that just everybody just is drawn to. They're not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Besides because of the bandwagon aspect, but all them fans are going to disappear, bro. Ain't nobody around the NFL world really rock with the Chiefs. They're small market. They've always been NFL trash. Let's be real. Before the Patrick Mahomes era, they were absolute shit. They were nobodies. And when Patrick Mahomes leaves, bro, they're going to go back to being nobodies in the NFL because ain't nobody give a fuck about a Chief. So that's what it is, man. I just had to come say that. I wanted to talk about the expectations, bro. Broncos country gonna make it back to the playoffs, I feel. The big expectation, can we win in the playoffs? And I think Bo Nix is set to start winning in the playoffs. One thing I always say about this, man. One thing I always say, when Broncos country gets to the playoffs, when Broncos country, almighty Broncos country start going to playoff runs, you know what comes next. We start going to the Super Bowl. So we're in a good position to start going back to the Super Bowl. Now, there's teams always like that, bro. Get to the playoffs and never get to a Super Bowl. That's pathetic. Like, you go to the playoffs year after year after year after year. Buffalo Bills, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals. These teams that constantly go to the playoffs and can't even reach the Super Bowl one time. One time? Why do you even stay in that position to try to reach and go back to the playoffs? It's like you're just doing that just to do it with no outcome. Like, stop it. Just let it go. Let it go. You'll never be a Super Bowl champion. Just let it go. Let the teams that really can compete and actually know how to win when they start going to the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl, let them fools start showing you dudes what it is really to be a Super Bowl champion squad. We know when the Broncos get to the playoffs, Super Bowls start coming. So that's all I got to say, man. I hope you guys are blessed. Hump day. I think we're going to do the show tonight or tomorrow. We back to it, man. All high salute to the riders. I hope everybody's good. So yeah, that's what I gotta say, man. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But that's how I really see it, man. That's how I really see it as a person that loves this squad, Broncos country, and a person that got genuine love for almighty Broncos country. That's how I see it. There's nothing to it but to do it. In sports, you got to go prove. You got to go prove through action, bro. Like, when it's all said and done, you could have all the regular season success, right? And that's all beautiful. For the fans that go through that and their team only wins in the regular season, they start getting the mindset right. Well, that's enough. I believe like some fans just think that's enough, like to win regular season. And we've seen that with some of these franchises, bro. The Bengals, Buffalo Bills, the Ravens, everybody in the NFC that just goes to the playoffs and then just exit out the playoffs. It's such a disservice to them because it's like, bro, after 3-4 years of you doing this constantly, you would think your team could get over that hump. But sometimes it's just not in the franchise's blood to go to championships and win. Sometimes it's not in the blood for a franchise to go to the Super Bowl. They were only as good as regular season. I don't want to be that team, bro. I don't want to be that team. And I've never had to really experience that, being that team. As a fan of the Broncos, usually when the Broncos start making playoff runs, we at least appear in the Super Bowl. We at least appear. And luckily for me, my whole fandom since the 80s, the Broncos have won championships. I've seen that shit multiple times. And there's fans that just hold their head on this regular season success and their team can't even get to a Super Bowl. And I'll be like, damn, bro, all that for no reason. You know, all that for no reason. It's like, bro, you do all this shit just to get to the playoffs, just to die in the playoffs. What? Who wants to be that? Who wants to be that? Nobody wants to be that team and a fan that, come on, fans. Come on, Raven fans. Come on, Bill fans. Come on, Bengal fans. Come on, guys. What do you really like get out of that? Just regular season success, and this fool wholeheartedly just crushes your whole spirit. Patrick Mahomes just crushes your whole spirit. So that just goes to show me with Patrick Mahomes in the conference, you guys will never ever be able to win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddies. I'm sorry, guys. It was just like when Tom Brady was in the NFL as a Patriot, there was not too much people winning a Super Bowl in the AFC. He took everything from you dudes, and we're reliving that. And this is why I said this a long time ago. Broncos country had to show you how to win against Tom Brady. They had to actually show all you freaking scrubs how to win against Tom Brady in the playoffs. We had almighty Broncos country had to be the example to these scrub ass teams how to win a real competitor in Tom Brady. You fools could never get over that hump. He just literally beat the shit out of you fools all the time. And now we're going to have to get back to, now we're going to have to come save the NFL again, bro, and start beating Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. This job as a Bronco fan in Broncos country never ends. The Broncos defense is going to be really good this year. Oh, you already know. Let's go. Broncos country. Let's go. Turn up. You know. But hey, you know, that's just how I feel, man. That's just how I feel about the thing, bro. Bo Nix, he's coming for the league, and he's already got a step ahead, bro. He's already got ahead. What's up, Marauders? Hope you guys are good, man, on this hump day. You know, to start out, to recap what I was saying, I see a lot of content creators, Broncos country. I see a lot of new content creators, bro. Let's just make this clear. A lot of new people that cover the Broncos that I didn't see in the last 3 years. The only thing I seen in the last 3 years with Broncos country, right, was the negativity. Damn. Is that the glare? The negativity from content creators, the ones that were not Bronco fans. They just talk to talk. They just wanted to be on the air, and people were really following for their shit. Like they were falling for them dudes and saying they were real Bronco fans. But when the Broncos made them eat their words, they went ghost and left their audience. They're nowhere to be found now. He was selling us at first, but when we made it to the playoffs, they're nowhere to be found. They're under a rock, right? But now there's a whole circle of Bronco content creators from TikTok all the way to YouTube. In 1 year, bro, we probably have 15 new channels. Never seen these dudes before. So I know the ones that have been around, and I know they're going to start popping up a lot more because the Broncos are, relevant again. They're totally back. But the Broncos are the big topic, bro. Everybody's saying the Broncos have a chance to take the division. Everybody's saying the Broncos have leapfrogged the Chargers and the Raiders in the division. This is what a lot of people are saying, and now I'm starting to hear dynasty. I don't like to label dynasty, bro. At this point, we have to win more games than we lose next year, and it has to be by a far margin, bro. And then we have to compete for that top chapter with the division of the Chiefs, because I believe the Chiefs are going to be in the top aspect of the runner. But I believe the Broncos got the formula to dethrone them fools. And then we have to first win a playoff game to get to all that. So I just want Broncos country to love the process, pump the brakes a little bit, and let's just get ready for the ride. There's no reason to actually say that. There's no reason to say dynasty at this point, you know? And that's what I gotta say, man. Mall High salute. What's good with y'all, man? Thanks to everybody for coming. Um, hold up. Who was selling us, Marada? Who was Joseph? Who was selling us? You talking about Bo Nix? You talking about Marada Bo Nix? You talking about last year? I think what it was, if you talk about Bo Nix, I really don't even think it was anything else but him being a rookie in that first couple games last year. That's it. I mean, every rookie's gonna have rookie mistakes. He definitely turned the tide, and and he definitely made a run, bro. Like, he had everybody like, what the hell? And then all the haters and everybody that just didn't like the pick, they had to force hate. They had to force their hate because they couldn't just be wrong in what they were saying. So all the force hate on Bo Nix. And now you really can't really hate the dude because he's just changing the whole aspect of football. In this culture, in this franchise, he's changing a lot of things. Bo Nix is the fix. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Check this out, man. Check this out. We got Bo Nix for the fix, and Raiders got Geno Smith. They never won a playoff game. Imagine that. Imagine that, Marauders. Imagine that. Imagine being the Raiders in their quarterback situation right now, bro. Geno Smith. Out of everybody in the world, you got Geno Smith. Already, Marada, Denver. Let's go repping. You know what it is. Imagine that was the quarterback that your franchise went to go give money to, was Geno Smith. Wowzer. That's crazy, bro. Mall High salute, man. Mall High salute. Now, I honestly hope the Raiders actually are, a little more competitive, because it brings a lot of excitement to Raider Week. When they're good, the Broncos are good. I believe those are the funnest games, bro. I believe like that's probably the funnest aspect of football, when the Raiders are kind of decent and the Broncos are decent. I just believe it's all out war with the fans. I believe it's all out war with the team. And you're really, if you're a real Bronco fan and you grew up a Raider hater, you're really, that game right there matters the most, bro. That game right there matters the most. That's as bad. For real, let's go, Andrew. Put that in perspective, bro. Geno Smith. And I know the real Raider fans, my real homies, they can't be too confident in that, bro. Like, they can't be too confident in that, because Geno Smith, he'll get you some wins. He's probably an upgrade, definitely, but he's never going to take a team over the top. He's never going to get to that pinnacle of a Super Bowl. That's what we play for, right? Right? Super Bowl. It's not for some regular season wins. Now, they have a foundation they could build off of, definitely. They got a young stud as a running back, a tight end that's a stud. They got key players and stuff to build, but Geno Smith is not it. He's not it. He's mid. He's mid at best. So I don't know. It's gonna be crazy to see what goes on in this AFC. AFC West is gonna be litty though, bro. Definitely. Bo Nix. Broncos defense is gonna be really good this year. Yeah, man, and it's gonna be amazing to watch these headhunters. I got a new song too. I got a new song coming out, bro, for the season, the anthem. I'm about to put it out here soon. I'm gonna go record it in the lab. Killer. It's a slapper. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll get another fool on it that represents the Broncos and does music, you know. But Mall High salute. I'll stay on here for a little bit more. I gotta go get this money here in a minute. What y'all on today, man? What's going on though? What's everybody? What everybody doing on this hump day? Y'all good out there? Y'all good? Maybe a good backup quarterback. Nah, yeah, a good backup quarterback. I'll give him that. You know, I'll definitely give him that. When I look at this, homie, when I look at this, like, where do you, I have two studios, underground studios, and then I got a personal lab, personal studio I go to. You know what I'm saying? Cool thing about where I live right now, bro. The studio's like a couple blocks down from the crib. Um, when I look at this, bro, the NFL and just teams and franchises, bro, that really have the it factor, and then really don't over their history. Um, the teams, bro, that just, the teams that just ain't never gonna get it together. They're just poverty. You know, that their example in the NFL of what poverty is. Like, they're gonna always just be poverty. It doesn't matter like the decisions, it doesn't matter who they bring in, it doesn't matter the players, the talent they have, they're just gonna be ran to the dirt. Dumpster fires, bro. We know them franchises. And then we also know the franchises that through their whole pedigree and their whole existence, they can fall off, but they know how to bounce back. They know how to, in different eras, how to bounce back. It's not just a one-hit wonder thing. It's different eras of football. They've bounced back. They showed this. They showed in history. They got it in their resume. They got it in their report card. And the bounce back came quick. Let's all admit it. I know you guys can do this. I know, to the haters, you can do this. The Broncos bounced back faster than you guys actually thought. Because I heard for a minute there, the Broncos are going to be down for 20 plus years. 20 plus years. What? 20 plus years, not the 20 plus. And it happened in a matter of a year, really. Champagne made some decisions and turned this whole direction. And we're here to witness this. You guys should feel honored to witness how fast a real coach turns around a franchise. And maybe later down the road, you guys will learn by an example. You know what I'm saying? You'll learn by an example. Maybe some of your franchises will learn. You got to make big boy decisions. You know? Go Broncos. Let's go, bro. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Mall High salute. I'm going to tap out. Hope everybody's good. Hey, we have next month is a training camp. Training camp's coming up at a fast rate. It's coming faster than you guys think. We're already in OTAs. We're already in mini camp. Yeah, so that's what it is. So last but not least, and I'm going to let you guys go. Hey, thank you for everybody that's been, you know what I'm saying, coming through, bro. A lot of new subscribers. A whole lot of new subscribers, bro. Everybody videos, I see a lot of new faces, bro. I see a lot of, like, not just Box State. I'm starting to see a lot of different areas and different cities and states, bro, and I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to make this clear for nobody gets a wrong conception about Savage, bro. Some people might, you know what I'm saying, already, like, kind of put their judgment on what the channel is about. We over here just Bog State business, Colorado, Denver representation. You know, we do not promote any gang life or gang culture. You know what I'm saying? Telling the light on the Denver streets, the Denver programs, politicking a little bit. You know, so that's what it is. Mall high salute to all them supporters, though. I appreciate all you guys. And to the next one, man. Y'all be good. We out of here, man. God bless.